Hey everybody, today I got a 2002 Yamaha G16 with a severely malfunctioning lighting system. And when I asked the internet for a wiring diagram, it said none of these carts had factory lights on them. A wiring diagram does not exist. Well, that's a pretty horrible excuse for me. Just because the wire colors on the turn signal switch I'm using don't match the ones on yours doesn't mean I can't have a working diagram, okay? And just because the colors that are ran in through the cart connecting the switches and the lights are different colors, they might all be the same color, doesn't mean I can't have a working diagram. All right, what it means is nobody with the ability is taking one to draw one up for everybody, and I've done that for you today, okay? Now I'm real confident that once I show you all the failures that I had to fix on this machine and explain to you exactly how this system works, you're going to think it's way simpler than you expected, and you can take a screenshot of a proper working diagram for a golf cart with headlights, tail lights, front and rear turn signals with hazards, and an indicator light on the turn signal switch, and brake lights with an off delay timer. Okay, I promise you that my diagram works. Okay, you have to figure out the wire colors that are ran in your machine. Just to show everybody real quick, any doubters that might doubt a delay of almost 40 years, here's my tail lights on, turning on the headlight switch. Here's left turn signal, right turn signal, hazard lights, and brake lights. Turn off the headlights. And here in just a few seconds, these lights are going to shut off. Now, you don't have to have this time delay function built into your machine. Like I said, you may have very different relay, turn signal switch than I have. Doesn't matter, okay? You just have to know how to connect them properly based on my schematic. And there we go. Time delay, brake lights shut off. All right, first let me just show everybody everything I had to fix on this machine. It started with the right rear tail light. It was blown and it was shorting the tail light and the turn signal lights together, making all kinds of problems with the machine. And it was also, this machine was full of these horrible bullet connectors at every single light and also at the turn signal switch. They're all just loose and corroded, man, and none of this was working properly. None of this stuff. I had to get rid of all of that. Put in permanent crimp connectors everywhere. This machine vibrates way too much for those type of connectors to be used, okay? And then also my front left turn signal. You really can't replace the bulbs in these, and the wire where it goes into it only worked when you held it a certain way. So I had to put a new bulb in there. Went ahead and bought a $10 LED one. Woohoo! And also the indicator light that you see right here has an indicator light for left, right, and hazard on this machine. Okay, pretty cool. That was very schizophrenic. It was hardly working at all. They also had a buzzer connected to that thing, and it was like a really weak, crackly sound that was coming out of this, and I got rid of it anyway. Who needs a buzzer? You can hear that flasher. And the reason for that problem was this actual flasher. You can see in there, you can almost see the corrosion that's inside of it. The flasher itself was working for the blinkers, but the output for that indicator light, just this center prong right here, was not working very well at all. Kind of worked on and off. So I bought a new flasher, solved all of that problem right here. This is a heavy duty flasher that you can buy for about 21 bucks at your local auto parts store. Handles LED and conventional light bulbs, incandescents, and it's 20 amps, carries up to 10 lamps. So this is like the most heavy duty flasher you can buy. And I had one more problem I had to fix, and that is with my stop switch on my brake. Somebody had installed the incorrect switch. This is a normally closed switch. you need to have a normally open switch on this cart. On this cart, when you turn the key switch on, the brake lights automatically came on. If you pushed on the brakes, they went off. If you let off the brakes, they came back on, and after the time delay, they would shut off. Complete opposite of what it's supposed to be doing, because it's complete opposite set of contacts in this switch. So this is the little one that I bought online. Give you a little light here and see. And this is how this is mounted on this. Okay, it uses that spring. You can get the light on this one while I'm pushing the brake. And you can see it pulls a little centerpiece with the springs. Okay, this is your brake lights. All right, so once I replaced that, fixed all these connections, all these parts, everything works perfectly. Technically, this machine was wired correctly. All right, it just had the wrong switch in it, had a bunch of bad connections and defective parts. If your machine has worked in the past, this is the kind of stuff you're going to be looking for. If you're wiring stuff up from new, okay, well then you're going to probably need a more of a schematic like I'm going to show you. Here is also the time delay relay. I'd like to show you real quick. Let me show you how this actually works. This is a Yamaha part number on this. Is a 4-pin time delay relay that comes from a different golf cart that I'm not sure what it's used for, that's been installed on this machine, and it's just wire tied up to the frame over inside of the engine compartment. And like I said, it's a 4-pin. You only need a 3-pin. This pin is not used, and so but when you press on the brake, you can hear the relay engaging. And it click, be pushing on and off on the brake. I'll hold it down, it'll stay engaged, and eventually it'll time out and open up the wire feeding back to, this feeds the 12 volts back to your turn signal switch to be distributed to your brake lights. Okay, so here's our wiring diagram. Please take a screenshot of this so you can keep it for posterity. And we're going to start by showing you the positive and negative sides of this system. You should be using a red wire for plus 12 volts on here. You should have a fuse on it, and that plus 12 volts will feed 3 different places: your headlight switch, your flasher, the X position on your flasher, and your brake switch. Okay, so you need 12 volts at those three places, and those 3 places only. All right, our negative battery, remember, you don't use chassis ground for anything on this system. You're going to use your negative battery. Should be connected to your 6 bulbs and 8 filaments. You're going to also be connected to your time delay relay. We need a ground to operate the coil. And it's also going to be a separate wire that runs on the outside of my turn signal switch and connects to the mounting bracket to provide a ground for the indicator light. Okay, so headlights, tail lights is real simple. When you shut the headlight, turn the headlight switch on, you're going to send 12 volts all the way to both headlights and both tail lights. Very simple. Up to you to know which wire colors that is on your tail lights, and it's up to you to decide what color wire you're going to use out here. It could be anything on your machine right now. On our turn signals, now the internals of this flasher and the turn signal switch are not 100% accurate, but they're good enough to explain to you what's actually happening so you can understand. All right, so when we select on this turn signal switch, there's actually 2 switches inside of it. There's one for left and one for right. When I select left, it closes this switch. When I select right, it closes the other switch. When I pull on the hazard lights, it engages both. All right, so when I engage either one of these switches or both, what I'm doing, I'm creating a ground for this flasher coil through the light bulbs themselves. Okay, so like if I select left, I have the front left turn signal and the rear left turn signal finishes the ground for my flasher, and it will start to oscillate open, close, open, close, open, close, giving us the on and off 12 volts to our lights, okay? While that's oscillating back and forth, it also switches over here to the third terminal on the flasher, which is the P terminal, which feeds the indicator light, okay? So if you actually watch your turn signals and your indicator light, they're both are complete opposite of each other. One's on, one's off, okay? And it switches back and forth until we turn the switch back off, okay? This is how your system works. It's really pretty simple. You're just creating a ground through your light bulbs to actuate the flasher. And that's why when your light bulb goes bad, the flasher starts running at a different speed, okay? Or maybe not working at all, because you're not completing the ground just because you don't have good light bulbs. Now on the brake light portion of this, you have that brake switch that I showed you before. It should be normally open. When you press on the brake pedal, it sends power to energize the coil on your off delay timer. Since it's an off delay, these contacts are going to stay closed, and they're going to send 12 volts up here and connect those two to your two brake lights, all right? Like I said, this is not exactly accurate because it will actually switch that voltage on and off like I showed you with the turn signal. And after a certain length of time, this set of contacts will open up and turn those brake lights off. If you don't need this off delay timer, you can just bypass it, okay? You jumper between this wire and with a fuse, or just with a set of terminals, a wire made up with some spade terminals on it, okay? I don't feel like it's really necessary since this has a key switch that turns everything off. A lot of people are wiring this without a key switch, so you need to make sure that your brake lights aren't staying on all the time and draining your battery. Alright guys, this really should simplify things a lot. Like I said, it's going to be up to you to verify the wire colors. Don't necessarily go by the ones I have written here on this particular turn signal. It's not going to match yours, to be honest with you. I'm not sure that it will match. But this is it. This is your guide. Promise you it's worked. Anybody disagrees, well, feel free to comment. I'll correct you what you're wrong about and show you that you probably have a crossed wire, or you have a bad bulb or a bad component that's actually causing your trouble. So I hope this helps some people out, and I really appreciate everybody watching today. See you next time.